Fire is heat and light together. The heat and light is described to be the energy output. Law of thermodynamics, right? It's the energy, but then there's the energetic, the fire. So that's described to be the supreme God and the supreme goddess. And you see that in many forms, Shiva, Parvati. In so many different forms it appears. Our understanding is the highest expression of that divinity. The highest feature of it, the original root of it, is described as Radha Krishna. Just the very words evoke the power of these divine personalities, because Krishna means that which attracts everything. It literally means, from Sanskrit, it's attracting everything. It's all attractive. And it's abode of bliss. The name means the abode of bliss. Radha means the personification of love. Radha, if you want to, the appearance of Radha, how did she emanate? If you've heard about Krishna, the famous pose of Krishna is he's standing in a crooked form, threefold bending form, under a beautiful banyan tree. The banyan tree represents all existence. In the Bhagavad Gita it says the roots are upwards, the branches are down. The material existence, the spiritual existence is there. Krishna is there standing under the tree in a beautiful threefold bending form, playing his flute. That flute is the origin of Om and Kling. When Krishna plays his flute in the spiritual realm, the sound that comes out is Kling. Kling in the spiritual realm, and then it emanates into this realm as the Gayatri mantra, beginning with Om. So when we chant, we can do it together. That sound, Om, starts in the throat. This represents creation. It's the creative potency. It's the sound incarnation of God. In the throat, in the mouth cavity. Maintenance, Ma, destruction. The entire cycle of existence is there in its subtlest form in the sound, vibration, Om. Physics, quantum physics, string theory, it's all vibrations. Om, when we are chanting Om, we're tapping into the creative potency of existence, the maintenance potency, that anything that needs to be cleansed, even destruction is required for some things, taking out the garbage. Shiva represents that destructive potency, when things need to be cleansed, cleaning anarthas, these problems in the heart. Vishnu is Brahma is the creative potency. Vishnu is the maintaining potency. It's all within Om. And this is all emanating from Sri Krishna in the spiritual realm, standing under the banyan tree, playing on his flute. This Om is the mother of the Vedas. And it's the root of all creation. When the first created being, Brahma, appeared on top of the lotus, he heard the sound vibration, tapa, do austerity, and he began to chant Om. And he chanted this Om for millennia. And then Sri Krishna appeared before him and gave him the Gayatri mantra. So this is the power of Om. So that is Krishna. Who is Radha? When Krishna was standing there playing the flute, he desired. God is he who has independent desire. He desires his beloved consort, manifest that energy, manifest the desire of the energetic. And so he desired, let me perform Ras. Ras means relationship, love, and all the mellows of that, all different kinds of relationships, and there's so many different, you could say different rasas. Laughter is a rasa. When you laugh, that's called rasa. It's a kind of ras. When you're weeping, that's a rasa. This is rasa theory, rasology. Laughter. In India, when we go on pilgrimage, we go to some places and they're doing laughter yoga. They sit on a wall. You see like these old men with beards and turbans, and they're laughing. Laughter yoga. This is a kind of rasa. Crying. Why do you go to all the different genres of entertainment are based on tapping into your desire for flavor. Rasa means flavor, actually. If you translate it, that's why the kitchen is called the rasoigar. It's the house of flavor. Without spice, without flavor, what's a kitchen? So in Hindi or Sanskrit, rasoi means the place of rasa or flavors. So laughter, it's an emotion. Without emotion, just the dry intellect, it's what's the meaning of life without emotion, without relationship, without love, without affection? And love manifests in all these different ways. Laughter, crying, even shock, horror, wonder, astonishment. That's why people go to horror movies. It's also a rasa. It's an experience. So Radharani is called Raseshwari. She is the goddess of all rasa. And when Krishna desired to experience ras, you may know the rasa dance. It's the divine play, the original dance. And it's Krishna with all his different gopis, his different incarnations. It's said that it's like they are non-different from himself. They are inseparable from himself. Shakti, Shakti, Matora Beta. How can you separate fire, heat, and light? And yet, if it's not in movement, it's not alive. What's the third law of thermodynamics? Everything leads, from entropy, everything leads to complete, what they call it, with anything without heat, the absolute zero, it's motionless. So if there's life, it's in movement, it's in a dance. Life means movement, heat, energy. Without that, if there's no energy, if the energy is dissipated into another system, that thing is lifeless. That's why when we die, we stop moving. But life is left, we stop moving. So Radha and Krishna, why the rasa dance is so important? Because it's about ecstatic dance, but the dance of ecstatic love. It's the energy and the energetic in all its manifestations, in the ultimate expression of love through dance and through song, through poetry. If you hear a description of the rasa dance, there's a competition of who can please the beloved more through the varieties of playing instruments, singing, dancing in beautiful poses. This is the original arts, all the different dance, it's all coming from that original source. And that is, Shri Radha manifests from Krishna's left side, and immediately she runs to him. Therefore her name is Radha. Radha means Radhavati iti Radha. She who is running with great love, Rag, towards Krishna, she is Radha. So she appears, runs to embrace Krishna, and then they begin the rasa dance. But first, out of her own spiritual form, she is the original goddess. All the other manifestations of her own form appear, and they begin to dance. This is the rasa dance. That is the topmost spiritual realm. And that is eternally going on. And then everything else is emanating Om with the sound vibration. Krishna's incarnations, one is Karanadakshay Vishnu. He is described to be resting on the causal ocean. And from all his pores, all the billions and trillions of universes are emanating with one breath. And with the inhalation, everything is coming within. The Big Bang Theory is in the Vedas. Where does it come from? It comes from the Vedas. It's called the Bindu. Everything explodes out from the pores of the causal Lord with the exhalation. And then with the inhalation, so all these universes, all these worlds we are in, it's all in the span of one breath. That's why breathing is so important. The one breath of the Lord. And he is just a part and parcel of that Krishna. This is the Vedic teaching. So now, when we are chanting Radha Krishna, we can remember those divine personalities and pray to them. Please, lead us to understanding of our true spiritual nature. That the idea is that if you look at the sun is the source of all energy in our system, right? And from the sun there are many rays and particles and photons. Each soul is described to be like a photon of light. And therefore we're all similar to one another because we're all that same spiritual essence. Therefore we can develop true compassion and empathy because we are one essence. But those light particles, they have a supreme source, the sun. It's all coming from that divine sun. So it's described that that divine source of all existence in its highest manifestation is Sri Krishna, original form of love. Our Gurudev would say, God is love and love is God. So our path of bhakti is awakening our divine love and relationship with that supreme self, the supreme divine couple, Shri Radha Krishna. When we realize our relationship with them, then naturally we develop love for everything. Because we realize that everything is the emanation from that original source. The source of all fighting, conflict in this world is, this is mine, this is me and mine, and this is another's. They are favorable to me, they are my enemies. And it's all based on illusion. And the problem is now we develop self-consciousness, I am the self, this is who I am. But then we haven't developed yet the mood of equality of all souls, because we're just thinking that we're based on this idea that, oh, I am the soul, and maybe who are they? They are souls, okay, but we don't have anything that unites us all. That divine energy that unites us all, this divine couple, Shri Radha Krishna, that is what we are all emanating from. And if we develop devotion for them, then everything is immediately harmonized. All existence. We immediately develop love for everything because we realize wherever we look, we can see that essence, that Paramatma within every living entity. Within every animal, within every tree. There's a famous picture of the Bhagavad Gita where the sage is looking at his surroundings and he's looking at a tree. There's a soul, there's the effulgence of the soul within that, within a dog, within a cat, within an elephant, within a hunter. Everything has that. But next to that soul, with every Atma, there is Paramatma. With every soul, in every heart, God is also present. That's why we say God is within. God is within. So bhakti, the essence, the heart of bhakti is nothing but developing that pure love. That's why it's said that bhakti is supreme. It trumps everything else. Because if you develop that pure love, then everything else immediately becomes, it's like the Christmas lights. They're all plugged in. The lights in the room. If they're not plugged in, it's all, where's the beauty in it? Where's the charm in it? As soon as you plug it in, everything becomes magical, enchanting. So we're trying to get plugged in to that supreme powerhouse of divine loving energy and develop a mood of devotion towards them, realizing that we are just that part and parcel of that supreme thing. Therefore, it's described, our Guru would say that because we are the soul and they are the supreme soul, naturally our heart should flow in love towards them. And the example is given like a flame, a candle. If you light a candle, where does the flame go? It goes up towards the sun. Water flows down towards its source, lake or the ocean. Earth, you throw earth up, it comes back down to the earth, to its source. So the soul's natural tendency is to flow with love towards the supreme self, the supreme soul. That is bhakti. Our Gurudev would say bhakti-yoga means God, the soul, bringing them together. This is yoga, bhakti-yoga. So what we are trying to do is awaken that inner love. And then we can realize and have love for everyone.